I will let her go ahead.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see people virtually. Virtually is not always our favorite, but you know what? It's around the holiday time, and sometimes we have to do that. So my name is Stephanie Miller. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, like Alyssa said. Kim, Alyssa, and I are all on the same team, and we are here to give you some education on stress and emotions around the holiday time. I think everybody can probably say that there is either a little stress or some high emotions during any holiday time. So we're going to give you some simple tricks and tips on how to use some essential oils, some natural things to get through the holiday season. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to just ask you, and you don't have to say it out loud, but how stressed are you? Like on a scale from like 1 to 10, just kind of write that down, and just for yourself, and that way you can kind of determine just what kind of support you need, and all the tips and tricks that we're going to give you. Hopefully you can get that number, if it's an 8 down to a 4, or if it's a 10 down to a 5 or 6. So just kind of for yourself. I am going to just start kind of with some basic essential oil education, and then we're going to kind of dive into the topic. So essential oils, there's 3 things about essential oils. They are 100% safe, they're effective, and they can actually be more affordable than kind of like our traditional medical care. So they're very safe. doTERRA's products are 100% pure. They are certified. They're therapeutic tested grade, and they are sourced from the farmers that actually grow these plants in their natural habitat. So a lot of essential oils from doTERRA come from many different countries around the world, and there's nothing added to them. There's nothing taken away. So when you are using doTERRA essential oils that you have 100% pure products that are safe for adults. They're safe for kids. They're safe for babies. They're safe for the elderly, and they're actually safe for the pets too. I know there's some controversy out there, but when it comes to quality, you do not want to skimp on quality when it comes to using essential oils for therapeutic benefits, and especially around your little ones and your animals. So that is just one thing I like to just kind of start off with. They can be very effective for emotional and physical support, and they can also be really inexpensive compared to like our natural like medicine, over the counter or prescription stuff, because a little bit goes a long way. So you don't need a ton of oils, and don't need a lot of things to get really good results for what you're looking for. So those are kind of the things, about essential oils. That was like very brief, very high level. And if you want to learn more about that, we do just a basic class too, that we dive in a little bit deeper. But for anybody that's kind of new to oils, I want to make sure that you kind of have the background. Not all essential oils are created equal, so quality matters. So if you're going to buy something off of the shelf at Walmart, you are probably not going to be getting an essential oil that is actually worth any kind of benefit other than maybe smelling, because essential oils are not regulated by the FDA. So the industry is blowing up with oils all over the place, but a lot of them, and the majority, are adulterated. So unfortunately, if you're going to buy something on the shelf, it's probably not actually an oil, because they can put kind of anything they want into those bottles. They only have to have about 5 to 10% of an oil in there and call it 100% pure. Some of them go to the extent of saying, organic and certified and all that. But doTERRA does like 54 different tests, third-party tests on their oils. So they make sure they have the best quality. And you want the best quality if you're going to spend money on essential oils. So there's 3 ways to use them, and I'm going to go over that very quickly. And then once we kind of dive into the topic, then we'll kind of talk a little bit more how to use them. in certain ways. So there's 3 ways to use them. Aromatically is one way, and that means you can use a diffuser. You can put oils in the diffuser, plug it in, and then you get the aromatic benefit. You can actually just take a bottle of oil, you can open it up, smell it right from the bottle. That's an aromatic way. And you can also use them topically. And so when we talk about topical use, you always want to make sure that you dilute them. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well, because they are so pure, so potent, that you want to make sure that you're not putting it on your skin, especially if you have any skin sensitivity, because it can actually cause some more skin sensitivity. And you want to make sure that you're using them safely. The third way to use essential oils is internally. And we're talking again about doTERRA oils. And it's not only safe to use them internally, it's actually recommended, because then you can get the quick benefit of the actual oil depending on which one it is. There is a trick to seeing if essential oils are safe internally. And that is, if you see this nutritional label here on a bottle of oil, that means it's safe to take internally. A lot of the oils that you get elsewhere, a lot of them will say not for internal use or do not ingest. And if you're buying like a lavender or something over the counter, it says do not ingest. It's probably because there's something in there that is not good for you to ingest. But lavender itself, the lavender plant, is safe to ingest. So that's another way of making sure you have a really good quality. So those are the 3 ways of using. I kind of just briefly kind of skimmed over that, but let's dive right in. So when it comes to stress and emotions, I'm going to go in a little bit of a science here. So the hypothalamus, which is a tiny little control center in your brain, it actually, when you're stressed, it sends like an order out to the body, and it says, hey, we're under stress. And then you get some symptoms of stress. And so the hypothalamus is actually made to protect you. And when you have like a lot of stress, so frequent stress or chronic stress, that's when the body reacts in different ways, basically with symptoms of like stress and anxiety. And a lot of those symptoms can be like irritability, anxiety, depression, headaches, you can't sleep. A lot of times people get sick when they're stressed because your immune system is kind of taxing as well. And there's some other, other issues that people get, especially with chronic stress, like high blood pressure, and you can start to get illness. So our bodies have control systems within them, and they actually can get stressed and create issues along other parts of our body as well. So all of the organs in our body work in a parasympathetic state, and they can't work properly when they are in a sympathetic state, or kind of that flight and fight state of mind. So that's when essential oils can come in handy, and you can actually get some relief from some of those symptoms. So what I'll do is I'll kind of go through some of the oils that we use kind of for stress, and then we'll go through some of the emotions that we feel as well. So the first oil that I'm going to talk about is lavender. And so lavender, probably everybody knows about lavender, right? There's lavender lotions, there's lavender calming items out there, but lavender oil is a really good oil to start with when it comes to stress, because lavender has very calming properties to it, and it's very calming to the mind. And so a lot of people use lavender for sleep, or just kind of calming down. And a couple of ways to use lavender for stress is basically just in a diffuser, like I mentioned before. That's one way we can use oils. But another way is to get it on your body. So you can use it topically. And there's a couple of ways that you can use it topically. You can put it in a lotion, and doTERRA has an amazing unscented body lotion. It works really well. and it's actually made to be used with the oils. So it works really well for oils, and it's not greasy. It's really a nice option. So getting lavender on your body and getting it in your air to smell is a really like simple way to kind of get those stressors under control. The other thing about lavender is when you use it, especially for sleep, because sometimes when you're talking stress, you want, sleep is an issue too. Put it in a diffuser and turn it on. Shut your bedroom door for about 15-20 minutes before you go to bed, so that when you walk into the bedroom, you get that smell, and it actually can calm your body down. So it's really good for not just stress, but sleep as well. So the next oil that I want to talk about is called Copaiba. And so Copaiba is an oil that actually has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. And it also works on your body, and it works on your neurological system really, really well. And so it's really good for stress and anxiety. It helps to block pain receptors in the body, not necessarily just physical pain receptors. It also helps to block like emotional pain receptors, because emotional pain comes with stress and all of that. So Copaiba is a really, really good one to add in a diffuser with lavender. And it's also a good one to put like on topically with lavender. The two of them together work really well. And the nice thing about Copaiba too is this is one that you can take internally, but it has a lot of really good effects on the rest of your body. So if you need to use it for anxiety and stress, you're also going to get benefits of like cardiovascular, and you're going to get benefits lung and respiratory as well. Copaiba is one that works on the whole body system. It works really well. It works with the endocannabinoid system in your body. So Copaiba is a really good one for stress and anxiety as well. So those two are single oils. doTERRA has single oils, but then they also have blends. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is called Adaptive. And Adaptive was actually created by doTERRA a couple of years ago, and it's called the Calming Blend. And so Adaptive is really good for just that, calming. It was created with like stress, anxiety, depression, sadness, grief, all of that in mind. And it's actually a blend of oils. And what doTERRA does is their scientists put together oils that have like properties for specific issues, concerns, body parts, and then they put it in a blend so that you don't have to buy all these oils separately and put them together yourself. So Adaptive is a really, really good one to use. I like to use this one in my diffuser, and I have this one in my diffuser all the time. This also is really good in a roller ball. We didn't talk much about roller balls yet, but another way that you can get oils on you is in a roller ball. And so this is just an empty roller ball, and it has just that on the end of it. It has a little roller. And so what you do, I use it just like perfume. I roll it on my wrists, rub it together. I roll it behind my ears, roll it over my heart. Adaptive is a really good one to put in a roller ball. And what you would do with that is you would take, this is a 10 ml roller ball, and I would put about 50 drops of the Adaptive oil blend in the roller ball. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fill it with a carrier oil. And this is fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA has a really nice little bottle that fills these roller bottles nice. And so that is a carrier oil. And that helps the oil actually absorb into your tissue really easily. It's not greasy, so you're not going to have like greasy all over you. But also what it does, some people might think that by diluting oils and they don't work as good, but actually it's just the opposite. What happens is it soaks into your system, into your tissue, and it actually helps stay in the tissue longer, so you get benefit longer from it. So diluting oils actually has a benefit in a couple of ways. So adaptive is a really good one to take on your body and in the diffuser. I'm going to just kind of go off on a side note too. They do also have adaptive tablets, which are really an easy, nice way of getting adaptive into you as well. And we can talk more about that on the side if you want more information about that. The next oil, there's a couple other oils that I want to talk about. Wild orange is a really amazing oil. This one, think of sunshine in a bottle, and it literally is sunshine in a bottle because it smells amazing. And so wild orange is comes from oranges, obviously, but it comes from the rind of the fruit, and so you get a really amazing smell. It's amazing citrus smell, and citrus oils are really good for mood modulation. So any kind of sadness or anything like that, they're very uplifting, and they can be very energizing, and they help you focus as well. I know when you're under stress, who can say that sometimes you can't focus quite as well? But wild orange is a really good one to get in your body, on your body, and in the air. And wild orange is one that you can take internally. And if you put a drop or two in your water, it's a really good way to get it in your body. But wild orange is one that I don't have next to me. Wild orange is a really good one that you can put like in the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and then just breathe it in. It's a really fast way of getting that benefit. The other oil that I want to talk about is frankincense. And frankincense is an oil that has a lot of neurological support properties to it. So anytime you're talking about stress or anxiety, any kind of brain issues, frankincense is that oil that you want to grab. Frankincense has so many benefits other than just helping stress related things. It is one that you just want to get on your body and in your body. Frankincense is one that I put a drop under my tongue every day just for overall health and cell support. It's so good for your body, but it's really good for stress and anxiety. People use that one as kind of their go-to for that as well. So those are some just kind of easy oils to start with when it comes to stress related, just the emotions themselves. So the next part I want to kind of talk about is some of like the symptoms that you get and what you can use for those. So we talked about adaptive for kind of that anxiety and that stress. Serenity is another oil blend that doTERRA has that works really well for stressful situations. It is the calming blend, and so it does just that. It calms the mind. And Serenity is a blend of kind of more floral, more fresh smelling. And it's a good one to use during the daytime. Get it in your diffuser. Add lavender in with it. And it's a really good one to diffuse. I like to diffuse that one more than anything else. Headaches. Sometimes we get headaches if we're stressed. And headaches are more kind of a symptom of, can be more of a chronic stress symptom, but there's a handful of really good effective things that can support your body when it comes to headaches. So Copaiba, we talked about that. So Copaiba is a really good one for headaches because it does have that neurological support. But frankincense is a really good one as well. If you have any kind of migraine issues, any chronic stress, put a drop of frankincense or a drop of Copaiba on your thumb and hold it to the roof of your mouth. Both of them are safe to be taken internally. Hold it to the roof of the mouth for 20-30 seconds and do that 2 or 3 times, kind of a minute or so apart, and you will be amazed at how fast those headaches and like especially migraines disappear. I've done it myself with a migraine, and it's crazy how fast it works, how quickly it takes care of it. But another one that we didn't talk about just yet, but it's called Deep Blue. And Deep Blue is a really good one. It's the soothing blend. So it's got a lot of like oils that help soothe the body. This is a really good one, especially when you're stressed. A lot of times you have a lot of tension in your shoulders, and that can create headaches. But Deep Blue is a really good one for any kind of tension, especially headaches. And so how I would use this is I've actually made myself a roller ball with Deep Blue, and it's really nice because then it's easy access to just kind of rub on those certain areas, like targeted areas. The other thing that I do with Deep Blue is I actually will put it, especially if you have like a bigger area that you want to take care of, I will put it in my lotion. And that way you can rub it wherever you need it. Typically, stress kind of goes in the shoulders, upper back. So it's really a good one for that. Headaches as well. What I would do with this one is I would take it and just put a little drop on my fingers, and I would rub it kind of like on your temples and the base of the skull as well. And then the other one that I wanted to mention when it comes to headaches is peppermint. Peppermint is a really great oil for so many things, but it's so effective when it comes to headaches. Peppermint helps to cool the body. So if you have any kind of tension or head tension, it will cool that down. Peppermint is really good too for energy. So when you're stressed out, sometimes you're losing focus, losing energy. Peppermint is a really good one to grab for that. Just grab it, take a smell right from the bottle. But a really good combination is peppermint and wild orange together, because then you get that peppermint that energizes you, gives you all kinds of energy, and then wild orange is very uplifting. So that's a really good combination. A couple other things. So insomnia, lavender, serenity, adaptive, and a new one that we didn't talk about just yet is balance. So those 4 oils are really good when it comes to sleep. So balance is another blend, and balance is actually called the grounding blend. And so this oil blend has a lot of like tree oils, and it's just like really grounding, and it also helps kind of calm the mind. And sometimes when you're stressed, you're just like thinking of everything and all of the stuff that you need to do, but balance will help that. I've got a really good story. It's my story. I suppose all my stories are good, right? But I have a really good story when it comes to balance. In the mornings, getting ready for work, who doesn't have all of this stuff going through their mind, like what you need to do, what happened yesterday and the day before, and what you need to do the rest of the week. I have balance in my bathroom now, and I just take a sniff or two, and I am like amazed at how quickly the chatter in the mind calms down. And it's really effective that way. It just kind of really gets that mind kind of back down where it should be. And it actually helps your body really help ground as well. This works really well for kids. If you've got kids that are just kind of like all over the place, grab your lavender, but also grab your balance, because it helps them just kind of calm down as well. So that's a really good one too when it comes to sleep. So sleep, earlier I told you a little trick about turning your diffuser on before bedtime. Some of the combinations of oils that I like to put for sleep are Serenity and Balance. That's a really good combination. Lavender and Breathe. Breathe is another really good oil. I'm going to talk about it for sleep basically. Breathe helps, it's a respiratory blend, but that helps to keep the airways open. So it helps you sleep better by just keeping the airways open. It helps snoring too. So throw that in the diffuser with lavender when you're crawling in. And adaptive is a really good one as well. Some of the other things that you can do to help your body with all of this is just get a roller ball of some of these combinations. Like a really good rollerball blend is lavender, Serenity, Balance, and wild orange, and a couple of drops of Copaiba. And then fill it with fractionated coconut oil. It's almost like liquid calm. I used to call it liquid calm. So it's a really good combination for just overall stress, sleep, all of that. And then the other thing that I wanted to just kind of mention, I mentioned earlier, is our immune system will take a hit when we are under a lot of stress. And doTERRA has a really good oil, and it's called On Guard. And On Guard, it's a blend, and it's actually the protective blend. So that what that means is it protects your body from all of the elements, environmental elements, and it helps support a healthy immune function. And so On Guard is a blend, and it's got cinnamon and clove and rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange. I think I hit them all, but it's really good because the cinnamon and clove are really good antioxidants. So clove has like 60% more antioxidants than blueberries. And so when you are wanting to support your immune system, you want to get On Guard, which is this blend here. You want to get that on your body. And a really good way to support your immune system is with On Guard in a roller ball, and just put this on the bottom of your feet every single day. I have a roller ball made. I call it my daily immune blend. I have it next to my bed, and I roll it on the bottom of my feet right before I crawl into bed. And then I know I've got my daily immune support. And it's really effective. I've been using essential oils for about 4 years now. And my husband and I, both of us have probably the healthiest that we've ever been, but neither one of us have been sick in the last 4 years. And I attest that to using the oils, and obviously our diets have changed a little bit, but essential oils are so, so good for your immune system. And when you are under a lot of stress, your immune system breaks down very quickly. So those are just a lot of information on like stress, and just like a lot of the symptoms and a lot of the emotions when it comes to stress. But there's one other area that I just want to briefly talk about, because it has a huge effect on your stress and keeping your body healthy, especially during stressful times. So it's always really good to take care of your gut, because your gut produces a lot of serotonin, which is that feel-good hormone. A lot of that is produced in your gut. So if you don't have a healthy gut or healthy digestion, that can create extra stress over and above like the environmental and other stress that we have. So doTERRA has an amazing vitamin pack. It's called the Lifeline Vitality, and it's actually a combination. So it's a three-part system. It has an alpha CRS, which is a cellular complex. It has an E omega, which is all of your omegas, and it's really good for brain health, and it's really good for cardiovascular health as well. And then it has what's called Microplex VMZ, which is your vitamins and minerals. And doTERRA is an essential oil company. However, this is their number one seller when it comes to anything that they sell. And it's an amazing product. So I like to talk about it, because when I don't and people learn about it, they always mention, why didn't you mention that when, at class? So I always like to talk about their vitamin pack. They are plant-based. They do have vegan option as well, but they are amazing. And the three things that I noticed right away after I started taking the vitamins is, first of all, my energy level, brain fog, and focus was just like, I couldn't believe how just like the energy and the brain health that I got. The other one was just mood modulation. I didn't have a lot of ups and downs. It was pretty much, you're leveled off. And the third is my third thing was just overall digestion. I was more regular, and I actually had so a really good digestive system. So the vitamin pack is really, really good for digestion and overall health.
Stephanie,
So
we have
there
a
was,
question.
yep,
Do you know what your immunity roller blend is off the top of your head? I can type it out in the chat for us.
yep. So my immune roller is 20 drops of On Guard. And I actually put in 20 drops of frankincense. And we didn't talk about lemon oil, but I do put 20 drops of lemon. And then I also put 10 drops of tea tree. Now, if you have all those oils, perfect, make the roller ball with them. But the main one is On Guard for sure. So if you don't have any of the others, just start with On Guard. And then as you get the other ones, add it to it. And so then I fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. And fractionated coconut oil is just basically coconut oil in liquid form. And it works really well for roller balls because it helps to roll the tissue. Perfect. Good question. And then one other thing that I wanted to talk about when it came to digestion and just taking care of your gut when it comes to just stress in general. There's a product, it's called Terrazyme, and doTERRA has one that they make, and it's a really good one. But what Terrazyme is, it's a digestive enzyme. And so what happens is when you are stressed, your body does not produce the natural digestive enzymes that help break down all of the food that you eat. And so you don't necessarily get the best nutrition if you're stressed and your body can't break down those enzymes of the food. So it is called Terrazyme. It's great, and it is amazing. It has done amazing thing for so many people. But it's so good, especially if you are stressed out. And then one other oil blend, it's called Digestzen, and that is a blend of oils. It's all digestive issues. So if you need to take care of your gut when you're stressed, and if you start to have any like GI symptoms because of stress, Digestzen is a blend of all the good oils that help support your body with digestive issues. So that's just kind of it in a nutshell. I kind of gave you a lot of information. I hope I wasn't overwhelming too much. I could kind of go off on some of this other stuff, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Any questions?
So again, unmute yourself if you want to. Otherwise, you can do the raise your hand or put it in the chat, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. So one way that you can really just kind of think about this is when you have stress, and especially if it's around an event like the holidays, essential oils are a safe and effective way, but you can also use them for like maintenance of your emotional state. So for example, I take the adaptive capsules every single night before bed to help me just like regulate my emotions long term. However, if there's an event like a holiday and you're just like really feeling it, maybe we all have different experiences, but maybe you're grieving something because maybe you've lost a family member since the last holiday. Putting that orange in your hand and smelling it out of the cups of your hands will be something that you can use just like if you need a quick pick me up. So think of it as like the slow release and the quick release that you can get in a safe and natural way instead of using over the counter solutions. So like Stephanie was just she gave you, like maybe now would be a really good time to start an essential oil regimen if you know you're going to have some sort of stress around the holidays, just to like help you, but then also have those other oils that are more of like an in the moment helper on hand for when maybe there are more intense feelings. So that's really how you can use them for the holiday stress that's coming up, but also just your day-to-day everyday life stress with the products that we've kind of covered today.
Yeah. Yep. That's a really good comment, Alyssa, because essential oils are actually, they're really effective when you use them routinely. They're actually more effective because if you can get your body kind of back to a homeostasis state by using them regularly, your body is going to be so much healthier and happier because they are plant-based. Your body knows what to do with them. And so your body will actually start to slowly repair itself, which is kind of crazy. But I've got a lot of testimonials with people that have had issues and are like off medications, particularly when it comes to like this topic. I have a friend who actually got off of her anxiety medicine by using the adaptive. She used the tablets, she used the oil, and she diffused and she got it on herself. So using them routinely is just a really good kind of just a daily practice because they can be so effective long term. Where we live in kind of a reactive society where it's like you have something and you go grab something, grab a pill or grab something off the counter for it. And oils, it's kind of just it's a mindset change. It's a shift in your mindset to use them kind of more of a routine. So if there isn't any other questions, I'm going to just go through kind of some ways to get essential oils. There are 3 ways that you can get oils. And the first way is retail. And retail is kind of like in a spa setting or a chiropractor setting. We don't sell like retail at a class sitting like this. Alyssa does sell retail at the Hive, and but there's other ways of getting the essential oils and getting them actually cheaper. The second way to get oils is wholesale. And so kind of think like Costco membership or like a Sam's Club membership where you can get you have like a membership. And so you have your own account and you get a discount. You get 25% off of retail for the entire year. And then there's other promotions throughout the year, other perks that you get as well. doTERRA has that same type of offering to their customers. You can pay a $35 fee and then you can just get whatever you would like. And then the third way that that you can get oils is actually like cheaper than wholesale. And doTERRA, what they do is they put together kits. And so what they do is they highly discount those kits so you have a handful of oils at your fingertips when you need them. They prefer to have people get a kit so that when something pops up, you have what you need instead of just grabbing one oil and not having what you need for that kind of a scenario. So I'm just going to present. I'm going to show you a couple of the kits that are really nice for kind of a stress and kind of an emotional kit. So this one is called the Home Essentials Kit. And basically this one is great for just like a happy, healthy home. I mean, just exactly what the slide shows. And this kit has all of the oils, most of all the oils that I talked about today for this topic. It has peppermint and it has On Guard, has Breathe, lemon, deep blue, and then those big ones for stress emotions, lavender, Copaiba, adaptive, balance, and Digestzen. It's a really good kit. It comes with the diffuser that I showed you earlier as well. And this kit is $249, which is a really good deal when it comes to getting 10 of those oils. So if you add up all of those oils, it is I think it's over $100 savings, $102 savings. It's a really great kit. And so you have everything right at your fingertips when you need it. And then the other kit that I'm just going to mention is called the Aroma Essentials Kit. Now this kit actually has some of the oils that we talked about. It has On Guard, Peppermint, Adaptive, Breathe, Balance, Wild Orange, and Serenity. And this one actually has a couple other ones too. Cheer, which is the uplifting blend, Citrus Bloom, and it has Northern Escape. So it has basically, this one is more for kind of like very uplifting, really good aromatherapy. And it also, we didn't talk much about this, but this one helps like cleanse the air, and it helps to kind of purify your air as well. So it's kind of a really good one to kind of get the toxins out of your air as well. This is a great one to replace candles and replace kind of like the plug-in things that we use for kind of smells throughout the house. This is a really, really good one as well for that because of the blends that it has in it, but it's also great for kind of the topic that we're talking about today. So though this kit is $149.50, and a really good kit as well if you are wanting to get started. So those are two of the like kind of common kits that we like to kind of show you. And I am trying to unshare. Okay. Are we back to normal here? Yes. Okay, good. My button wasn't in the same spot it was earlier.
I changed the layout, Anya.
Okay. So those are a couple of the kits that we like to kind of show off for this topic. And any other questions that you have?
Let's see.
No?
If you guys have questions that you don't want to ask maybe in the group, feel free to reach out to whoever invited you tonight, and we can help you pick some options or a kit or oils, whatever you're needing. We're happy to help you out. And then, like I said, we are recording this, so I will post it on the Hive's blog along with the resources that we've kind of gone over tonight. And then I highly recommend becoming members of the Buzz on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Let me throw the link for that group in here, because on Saturday, Stephanie and I are doing a DIY workshop where we'll teach you how to make your own toxin-free cleaning supplies. So if you are a member of the Buzz, you should have received an invite for that event. If you're not a member of the Buzz, let me get you the link to become a member. And Stephanie and Kim, you can invite people to the Buzz so that they can see the event. So I just threw the link to the Buzz in the chat. So if you wanted to become a member of the Buzz, it's the Hive's sister Facebook group that we have, where we post a lot more interactive educational stuff. So like I said, Saturday at 1 p.m., Stephanie and I are hosting a DIY workshop where we teach you how to make safe cleaning supplies for your entire home. You could virtually replace every single thing that's in your cleaning supply closet. And in that event, I also have links to every single thing that you could possibly need in order to accomplish that. So if you wanted to get those supplies ahead of time, you could make the stuff with us. Otherwise, you can just hang out and follow along, and we can help you get started afterwards too. So let us know. We hope you can make it to Saturday. That one I will also record for if you cannot make it, but it's never the same when you can't make it live. Yeah, but other than that, if you guys don't have any questions, and Stephanie, do you have anything else to add? Kim?
Yep, I do. I just want to make sure to also let you know that if you got started with an oil kit or with any of the oils from a class like this or any of the classes that we offer, we continue to support you with continuing education and all kinds of support. So when you get your kit, we sit down with you and we make sure that you understand what you've got and how to use it. We actually help you get started with a kind of a daily routine. And I know Dana and Carrie, I don't know if you want to chime in and just share with the others kind of what that entails. But we have a lot of continuing education, because there's nothing worse than you getting a box of oils and not knowing what to do with it. And it is my personal goal to sit down with everybody that gets started with a kit or any of the oils and make sure that you use them. We make roller balls, we give you recipes and all kinds of things so that you know what to do when you get started, because these are amazing and you want to use them. So just want to make sure I throw that in there. I always forget to talk about that. I talk about the kits and forget to tell you we got all kinds of support for you.
And yes, this is Dana. I will say, Steph, that you did a great job meeting with us, showing us how to do it, setting up roller balls, and following through with any additional questions after the fact. So appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. It's part of why we do this, because we want people to use the oils and get healthy with them and also support you. So awesome. Oh, thanks, Carrie.
Cool.
Stuff rocks. Very nice.
I'm going to stop the recording, and if you guys have any questions, please reach out to whoever invited you. Otherwise, we hope to see you Saturday.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.